Y'all, when I say the last 3 months have been hard on us, it has been so hard. So, the first thing that happened almost exactly 3 months ago, my newly adult daughter had a car wreck. She flipped her car and got trapped inside. She had to be busted out. We didn't even know where she was, but her Apple Watch that we had just gotten her for Christmas actually called 911 because the impact was so bad. And her watch actually gave operators her GPS coordinates. I will have to say, best Christmas present ever. She ended up with a concussion and a gash on her hand. We were grateful that it wasn't worse. Of course, she was traumatized though, as we were too. Then the flu and COVID hit both of our households. We had 2 losses, a surgery that only partially worked, a couple of 7-hour ER visits, and let me tell you, one of those was completely wild. There were like 30 people in the ER waiting. Some teenage kid got brought in on a stretcher, having a complete meltdown because he had consumed too much of a substance, vomiting everywhere. This other guy almost fell into us staggering around because he was on some kind of substance. And then there was a man asleep on the floor in the bathroom in his own sick. They had been there apparently all day. I don't know. He had locked the door and got up and unlocked it and laid back down. I'm not sure. But it was crazy. Worst ER visit ever. Literally thinking, what the is going on? So then, last week, a tornado hit our community. It was only a half a mile from where one of us lives. We gathered in our bathroom with all of our pets, just praying. Of course, in the South, we get tornado watches and warnings several times a year, but we have never had to shelter in place. 9 tornadoes were reported in Arkansas, with 3 confirmed touchdowns. Luckily, no one was reported hurt. Needless to say, though, we didn't have power and the internet was knocked out for several days. Of course, our internet was out the week before because some guy was digging and tore up cable. Even the bank had to close down for a day in our little town. Just when we think everything's kind of starting to calm down, my husband fell off of a ladder and his ankle might be broken. We're waiting on results from his x-ray that he had. So, if you've noticed a lack of postings, that's why. It's like a new problem every week. Maybe we watch too much Supernatural, but man, something feels like it's going on.
This is some kind of a sign of the apocalypse.
That's why we're here. Big things afoot. The Rising of the Witnesses is one of the 66 seals.
Okay.
Those seals are being broken by Lilith.
Why break the seal anyway?
You think of the seals as locks on a door.
Okay, last one opens and...
Lucifer walks free. Why do you think we're here walking among you now for the first time in 2,000 years?
Stop, Lucifer.
We've not been sleeping well. We are exhausted, to say the least. We did get out of town this last weekend to see one of our favorite bands. Y'all know we are always hyper-vigilant, and of course the band was touring in Tulsa. My first thought was, oh Lord, I hope we don't end up on the first 48. We don't know the town well enough to know the bad parts other than the streets that we see on the show, so we didn't venture out too much. But the show is amazing. We went to the Hard Rock Casino and won $1,000 on a scratch-off ticket. It's summer break here finally, and if the rain would stop and give us some sunshine, that would be great. It does seem like things are kind of calming down, so we're excited to start creating more content and keep busy to distract from the chaos. As they say in theater, send in the clowns. See y'all soon in our next video. Thank you for your continued support. It means so much to us.